Sweden, home to just 10 million people, has produced many world-renowned brands that are known for their quality, innovation and design. Some of the most famous Swedish brands that have gained international recognition include IKEA, H&M, Spotify, Volvo, Ericsson. Other notable Swedish brands that have gained international recognition include Absolut Vodka, Electrolux, Scania and Skype. Contrary to the widespread opinion, Sweden is not a socialist country, but rather a social democratic welfare state. The country has a mixed market economy that combines elements of both capitalism and socialism, with a strong emphasis on social welfare programs. Sweden has several unique characteristics that set it apart from countries in Europe. Sweden is renowned for its welfare state, which provides universal healthcare, education and social security benefits to its citizens. This emphasis on social equality and welfare is a cornerstone of Swedish society and sets it apart from many other countries in Europe. Sweden consistently ranks among the highest in the world in terms of quality of life and standards of living. This is due in part to its well-developed economy, high levels of education and robust social welfare programs. Sweden has a long history of welcoming immigrants and refugees, which has led to a diverse and multicultural society. This diversity is reflected in the country's food, art, music, among other areas. Sweden has a reputation for being a leader in gender equality, with policies and programs in place to promote equal rights and opportunities for women. This includes generous parental leave policies and efforts to close the gender pay gap. Environmentally conscious. Sweden is committed to sustainability and has set ambitious goals for reducing greenhouse gas emissions and increasing the use of renewable energy. The commitment is reflected in the country's transportation infrastructure, waste management systems, and urban planning. In Sweden, the government plays a significant role in providing social welfare services, such as healthcare, education and social security. The country has high levels of taxation, which are used to fund these programs and provide a safety net for its citizens. The government also regulates several industries and provides subsidies to certain sectors, such as renewable energy and research and development. However, Sweden's economy is primarily driven by the private sector, with a large number of private businesses and corporations operating in the country. The government encourages entrepreneurship and innovation and has implemented policies aimed at promoting economic growth and competitiveness. Sweden's economic system is often referred to as the Swedish model, which emphasizes a balance between economic growth and social welfare. The country's approach to the economy and social welfare is unique and has been successful in providing high standards of living for its citizens. Now let's talk about the history of the country. The Swedish Empire, also known as the Swedish Power, was a period in Swedish history when the country became a dominant military and economic power in Europe during the 17th century. The empire emerged as a result of several factors, including Sweden's military strength, territorial expansion and economic success. The Swedish Empire was founded by King Gustavus Adolphus, who ruled Sweden from 1611 to 1632. Gustavus Adolphus was a military strategist who modernized the Swedish army and introduced new tactics, such as the use of muskets and the mobile artillery. His military reforms helped Sweden to win several significant battles, including the Battle of Breitenfeld in 1631, which established Sweden as a major military power in Europe. During the 17th century, Sweden also expanded its territorial holdings throughout a series of successful wars and conquests. The country acquired several territories in the Baltic region, including Livonia, Estonia and Ingria. The Swedish Empire also briefly controlled parts of northern Germany, including the city of Bremen. Sweden's economic success during the period was largely driven by its control over the Baltic Sea, which provided the country with access to valuable trade routes. The Swedish Empire established several trading posts and ports in the region, including the city of Stockholm, which became a major center of commerce. However, the Swedish Empire began to decline in the late 17th century. The country became involved in several costly wars, including the Great Northern War, which drained its resources and weakened its military power. Additionally, Sweden's dominance in the Baltic region was challenged by other European powers, such as Russia and Denmark. The decline of the Swedish Empire was further accelerated by the death of King Charles XII in 1718. Charles XII was a military leader who had led Sweden to several significant victories, but his death left the country without a strong leader. By the mid-18th century, Sweden had lost much of territorial holdings and its status as a dominant military power and economic power in Europe. However, the legacy of the Swedish Empire continued to influence the country's history and culture. Today, the period is often remembered as a time of great military and economic success, and it remains an important part of Sweden's national identity. Sweden is a country known for its vast landscapes, rich history and dynamic economy. The Swedish economy has gone through several phases over the years, and its development has been shaped by various factors, including geography and history. Sweden is located in northern Europe and is the fifth largest country in Europe. The country's geography is characterized by its vast forests, lakes and archipelagos. The country's natural resources such as timber, minerals and water have played a significant role in its economic development. In the early 20th century, Sweden was a predominantly agrarian society, and the majority of its population lived in rural areas. However, after the Second World War, the Swedish economy underwent a massive transformation. The country experienced rapid industrialization and its manufacturing sector grew at an unprecedented rate. The Swedish government played a significant role in this transformation. The government implemented policies aimed at promoting industrial growth and fostering innovation. The government also invested heavily in education and infrastructure, which helped to create a highly skilled workforce and modern transportation networks. One of the key factors that contributed to the success of the Swedish economy was the country's location. Sweden's proximity to other European markets allowed it to establish trade relationships with other countries, which helped to boost its exports. Additionally, the country's location provided easy access to the Baltic Sea, which facilitated the transportation of goods. The Swedish economy also benefited from the country's history. Sweden has a long tradition of innovation and entrepreneurship, dating back to the 19th century. However, the Swedish economy has also faced its share of challenges over the years. In the 1990s, the country experienced a severe economic crisis that resulted in high levels of unemployment and public debt. The crisis was caused by a combination of factors, including a property market bubble, high interest rates, and the banking crisis. Despite these challenges, the Swedish economy has remained resilient. The government implemented several reforms aimed at addressing the crisis, including deregulation and privatization. These policies helped to restore economic growth and stability. Today, the Swedish economy continues to be one of the most dynamic and innovative in the world. The country is home to several cutting-edge industries, such as biotechnology, clean technology, and gaming. The Swedish government continues to prioritize education, innovation, and sustainability, which will help to ensure the country's economic success in the years to come. The Swedish economy is export-oriented, with exports accounting for a significant portion of the country's GDP. Sweden has a relatively small domestic market, so its businesses have traditionally relied on the exports to drive growth and maintain profitability. The country is particularly strong in industries such as engineering, telecommunications, pharmaceuticals, and manufacturing, which have helped to drive its export success. Major Swedish exports include machinery, vehicles, paper products, iron and steel, and pharmaceuticals. Sweden's export success is supported by a number of factors, including its highly educated workforce, advanced infrastructure, and strong innovation and research capabilities. The Swedish government also plays an active role in supporting exports, providing funding and resources to help businesses expand into new markets. Overall, while Sweden's export-oriented economy has helped it to achieve strong growth and economic stability, it also makes the country vulnerable to fluctuations in global demand and trade disruptions. As a result, Swedish policymakers continue to work to diversify the country's economy and reduce its reliance on exports. While Sweden may not be as well known for its car manufacturing industry as countries like Germany or Japan, it is still home to several major car manufacturers. There are a few key factors that have contributed to Sweden's success in this industry. Sweden has a long history of innovation in engineering and manufacturing, which has helped it to develop advanced technologies and techniques for building high-quality cars. For example, Volvo is known for its commitment to sustainable manufacturing and safety. Sweden has a highly skilled workforce with a strong tradition of vocational education and training. This has helped to ensure that the country has a ready supply of talented engineers, designers, and manufacturing workers who can help to drive innovation and growth in the car industry. The Swedish government has played an active role in supporting the development of the country's car industry, providing funding for research and development, offering tax incentives to car manufacturers, and promoting exports of Swedish-made cars. Sweden has a vibrant startup ecosystem, and there are several factors that contribute to its success. Some of the key reasons why Sweden has so many startups include a strong culture of innovation and entrepreneurship. Sweden has a long tradition of innovation and entrepreneurship, which has fostered a culture that values creativity, risk-taking, and problem-solving. The country has produced several successful entrepreneurs, such as the founders of Spotify, Skype, and Klarna, who have inspired and motivated others to start their own businesses. Access to capital. Sweden has a well-developed capital market that provides entrepreneurs with access to venture capital, private equity, and other forms of funding. Additionally, the Swedish government offers several funding programs and incentives to support startups and small businesses. A highly skilled workforce. Sweden has a highly educated workforce with a strong emphasis on science, engineering, and technology. This provides startups with access to skilled talent, which is essential for development and growth for their businesses. Supportive regulatory environment. Sweden has a business-friendly regulatory environment that supports the growth and development of startups. The government has implemented several policies and initiatives aimed at reducing bureaucracy, promoting entrepreneurship, and fostering innovation. Strong networks and collaboration. Sweden has a strong network of incubators, accelerators, and co-working spaces that provide startups with access to resources, mentorship, and networking opportunities. Additionally, there are several collaborative initiatives, such as Startup Sweden, which connects startups with investors, mentors, and other entrepreneurs. Overall, Sweden's startup ecosystem benefits from a combination of factors including culture of innovation, access to capital, a highly skilled workforce, a supportive regulatory environment, and strong networks and collaboration. These factors have helped to create a dynamic and thriving startup ecosystem in Sweden. Sweden is one of the few European Union member states that does not use the euro as its currency. There are several reasons why Sweden has chosen to retain its own currency, the Swedish krona. Political considerations. Many Swedes are wary of ceding control over their monetary policy to a central authority based in Brussels. There is concern that this could lead to a loss of sovereignty and make it more difficult for the country to respond to economic challenges. Economic stability. Sweden has traditionally had a stable and robust economy, with relatively low inflation and unemployment rates. By retaining its own currency, the country has greater flexibility to adjust interest rates and exchange rates to support its economic goals. Trade patterns. Sweden's economy is heavily export-oriented, with a significant portion of its trade occurring outside the Eurozone. As a result, the country may not see as much benefit from using the euro as other EU member states. Referendum results. In 2003, Sweden had a referendum on whether to adopt the euro, and the majority of voters chose to keep the krona as their currency. This result has given policymakers a mandate to continue using the krona. The future of the Swedish economy looks bright, but there are some challenges and uncertainties that will need to be addressed in the coming years. Here are some key factors that are likely to shape the future of the Swedish economy. Digitalization and innovation. Sweden has a strong tradition of innovation and highly skilled workforce, which has helped the country to stay at the forefront of technological change. Going forward, continued investment in digitalization and innovation will be essential for maintaining Sweden's competitive edge and driving economic success. Climate change and sustainability. Sweden has long been a leader in environmental sustainability, with ambitious goals for reducing greenhouse gas emissions and transitioning to renewable energy sources. The country's strong commitment to sustainability will continue to drive innovation and create new opportunities in areas such as green technology and sustainable infrastructure. Demographic challenges. Like many other developed countries, Sweden is facing demographic challenges such as an aging population and a declining birth rate. This could create labor shortages and put pressure on public finances in the years to come. Global economic conditions. Sweden is a small, open economy that is heavily reliant on international trade. Changes in global economic conditions, such as trade disruptions or geopolitical tensions, could have significant impacts on the Swedish economy. Despite these challenges, Sweden has a strong foundation of economic stability, innovation, and social welfare policies that positions it well for continued success in the future. With ongoing investment in key areas such as digitalization, sustainability, and human capital, the Swedish economy is likely to remain dynamic and prosperous in the year ahead. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, check out my channel to find more cool videos on history, geography, and wealth, or basically how geography and history define wealth. Don't forget to subscribe.